Good morning, everyone, and welcome to December 24, 2023. This is our last day of Flossmas, our last day of celebrating this wonderful season together. And I have to say, it has been an absolute pleasure to be with you every day, to have this chance to talk stitching and to share some kind of fun presents together and to hear from you in the comments and just to know that this is something that has become the part of your lives, whether that was every day or just occasionally as you are able to join in. I really didn't kind of know what I was getting into or what this would turn out to be in practice, but it has been such a wonderful experience. I have enjoyed it very much, and I am so grateful for you to taking the time to do that with me. Now I believe we have a special appearance right behind me in the far room is Wesley. He is over by one of the heaters, which is one of the cat's favorite places in the mornings. So I know he really hasn't been in the videos yet, but I thought it was fun to kind of have the Christmas tree in the background and you get to have a little bit of a view of Wesley there. Doc is just right off camera and he's figuring things out because of course we're sitting in a different chair than we have been, but my guess is he'll be heading over in a little while, so I think he'll be making appearance. He has absolutely been the star of the series this season, so I love that everybody else has come to love Doc just as much as I have. So I have just been enjoying the last couple of days off. I mentioned that I had a chance to spend some time in my craft room, which was just really wonderful. I've been doing some much needed organization. I was cataloging my kind of recent cross stitch pattern purchases in X Stitch Plus. I made a whole other round of floss drops, so I'm good to go on that for a while. Although I keep thinking at some point my thread is actually going to outpace my floss drop numbers. I don't need to keep making floss drops, but I did put together a bunch of those yesterday. I'm getting ready to looking forward a little bit after this series is over. I'll be doing a 2023 finish parade and then hopefully a whip parade, and plans for 2024 videos. Those are going to come probably about a week apart. So I've been thinking about that and getting ready for it. Doc is over on the other pillow in his normal spot. Like he's over there going, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Where are you? So we'll see if this happens. If not, what I'll do is I'll at least turn the camera around so that you can see him before the end of the day. I will try to remember to do that. But so I really appreciated the chance to just sit in and dig into the craft room, and it's still looking a little bit of a mess, but it's also much better organized than it has been. So I just really appreciated that. I'll be having some family time, of course, later today. So heading out to an early dinner with my parents, and then we'll probably be watching some Christmas movies together. Pretty sure there's going to be another showing of White Christmas in there. Tomorrow we'll have Christmas brunch and then opening presents. So we had our big kind of family holiday at Thanksgiving. So today and tomorrow will just be the three of us celebrating. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so it's a relaxing, it's an enjoyable time of year, and I feel like I finally gotten really in the mindset of celebrating and thinking about it. So yeah, it's been good. It has been really good. So I do have a lot of content to show you today. So we'll see how long it takes this video to actually upload. That's been taking longer and longer, I think, as more people have been getting off on break. So I think I will just launch into kind of the things to show you for the day. So of course we have our FFO to show you. And this one I've saved it in part because I think it's very fitting, but also because I think it is actually my very favorite piece that I have on display. So this is a piece called Twas the Night. And this is a piece that I finished just about this time last year. It was an incredibly quick finish. So it's just stitched on this small piece of banding, the green and white banding, and very simple words, just "Twas the night." And I stitched that with one of the Vicky Clayton red silks. So I found this in one of those old, it's like a leisure art or a spirit of Christmas kind of books that I found at a thrift shop, and it was something that was supposed to go in the model. It was like the yoke of a very old-fashioned nightgown. And I saw it and I really liked it. And so it was another one, it was a chance to kind of modernize a piece and see what it would look like if you just used different supplies. And so I had this green banding, and of course I thought adding red lettering would be perfect for that. And I was trying to think about what I wanted for the background, and I was imagining, I just had this image of kind of a Victorian or a Dickensian Christmas, that classic Christmas of people caroling and going to church on the night before Christmas. And I thought, I was like, it would be a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that there would be a fabric that would show that. And I went to the store just to kind of check it out, and there was that fabric. It was the perfect fabric. I grabbed that off the shelf so fast and was like, I need this. So it was just really wonderful because I wanted it to enhance the simplicity and add to the scene. And so I really feel like they just come together in a perfect way. And then I have added it, it's attached just with magnets and washers, of course, and I did put some felt on the back. I don't often do that, but I did put it for this one. And then this is just a little piece that I found at Joann or something. I did that in particular because I haven't done the measurements, but I think that this would work for the Tiny Town series as well. So I wanted it to be an option for other pieces. But one of probably my favorite Christmas finish. So that was Twas the Night. I don't remember off the top of my head which of those books it was, but if anybody wants it, I will do my best to try and figure that out. So that was Twas the Night. And then in terms of pieces that we want to stitch in the future, I have a Christiane Dahlbeck book. I had shown one of her pieces as a finished piece earlier, and I've mentioned she's one of my favorite designers. She's a German designer. And this is kind of, my best translation of this is maybe like annual times or times of the year, and then this is winter or autumn and winter. So it has all autumn and winter patterns in it. But lots of wonderful pieces in here, but it's the time of year when we're thinking about advent calendars. And so I finish one now. So now I have to be thinking about which ones to do in the future. There's always more advent calendars. So I think that this one is a really lovely one. Just kind of another very simple thing. There are pieces that would be beautiful on their own, or as an advent calendar. I like this idea of how she's finished it kind of on a board that you could hang very small things. So, I do have a couple in the queue. I'm not quite sure when that one will get to. We'll get to it, but definitely on the list for the future. So that is from a Christiane Dahlbeck book and a piece to stitch in the future. The doc update is that he's over there sleeping in his little spot, so he may not appear, but I will try and remember to show you him at the end of the video. So the next thing, of course, is the advent calendars that we have been opening up together. So I will start with our Tom and Lily creations, and it's a little bit of a bigger bag today. Let's see, okay. So we got some Madeira floss. This is a German floss. And I have some of these from past kind of advent calendars and gifts, so I'm very happy to do that. And this is, this is a cotton floss. So they're kind of an Anchor DMC alternative as well. So that is Madeira floss. And then our color for the day doesn't have a name. It's just a gorgeous kind of a rich, dark berry red. That may actually be perfect for a piece that I'm going to be starting with some Tom and Lily floss. So I'm going to have to test that out, but that is our last Tom and Lily for the day. And I did want to show you, I've put them all on a ring so you can see them together. Just the richness of color. I have enjoyed opening these up every day and seeing them as individual flosses. Thinking about how I will stitch them, but I did want to show just the richness of color and variation between all of them as well. I have just been really pleased with these as we have opened them every day. So that is our Tom and Lily threads for the day. And then we also have our Historical Sampler Company, so another kind of larger package. So we'll see what we get here. The piece that I'm thinking about starting is the kit that we received on day one. So I think that may be this Christmas stitch that we have. Oh, cute. to make sure I didn't miss anything. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that little ornament. It is a little pink reindeer. Kind of glittery and poofy. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. This is going to be attractive to the cats. I have to say that, but that is just really sweet. I have also thoroughly enjoyed opening up the Historical Sampler Company advent calendar. I loved all of the stitching pieces that we got, all of the little extras. I've been thinking I will probably do that one again next year because I've really enjoyed that. And the Tom and Lily I loved as well. So those may be kind of annual traditions at this point too. So I have very much enjoyed opening each of those and seeing the surprises every day. So how cute. I'm not going to show you everything from this one just because they were much larger pieces and a little more unwieldy, but really enjoyed that. So with that, we will show you the piece that we have been stitching together. It is done. It is somewhat ironed, I will say that. So here is our final piece. Let me just put this behind here just in case. Look at that. I have so loved working on this and the opportunity to see it come together each day with you has just been so fun. And our last one is the little Christmas tree. I had mentioned that was originally charted for number 15 and number 24 had a Santa Claus. I took the Santa out and put the Christmas tree there. And then I just kind of charted a little 15 there with some other pieces from the pattern. But I have enjoyed every little bit of this. It was so wonderful to use these colors. They were the Vicky Clayton silks and to do that. So it has just been, I have really enjoyed it. I have been so pleased. I think this is the longest I have ever actually stitched 24 days in a row. I don't think I've accomplished that before. So that was part of my goal too. And knowing that I was able to get that done, I really appreciated it. I've been thinking about how can I potentially integrate that into my life. The one thread a day I think is maybe a little bit too nebulous for me. Like I like that this was a finish every day. And I'll see if there are some patterns that I can use that with, but I really enjoyed it. And then of course we did our giveaway for this, kind of people guessing how they thought I was going to finish it. I had so many wonderful suggestions. You all are so creative. I was reading it and thinking, oh, that's a good one to try. Oh, that's a good one to try. I wrote down some of them. Somebody had suggested using mini dollhouse frames and framing each of them and putting them on a tree. Somebody had suggested making them as little pillows and putting them in a candy dish, and so people can kind of look through and see them while they're also eating candy in my house or my office. Somebody had suggested a printer's drawer in which they're each slotted into that. A number of different kind of traditional advent calendars in terms of pouches or houses or things like that. Really fun. Individual tree ornaments. Somebody suggested needle minders, which is fantastic. That's a great idea. Book corner, like the corner pages, the corner pieces that go over pages to hold your place on a bookmark. People suggested Velcro and magnets and all kinds of things. I mean, I am going to be keeping this list for the future because you know me, I've got lots of advent calendars to stitch, and they were just fantastic finish ideas. I did have several people who nobody got it exactly what I'm planning to do, but I got several people that I thought were pretty close. And so I did wound up awarding 2 different kind of gift cards, one for a group that kind of got a little bit of a specific gift, and one that didn't. And so I will go through that, but I will show you what I'm planning to do first so you can visualize it. So I got last year on 70% off, because that's how you buy things for Christmas, these 2 garland strands of little stockings. And there are 12 of these little stockings on a garland. And they're just these little red and white knit stockings. So I bought 2 of those. And so I have 24. And so what I am planning to do is I am going to basically sew these onto a piece of felt. So do lines down each side and going each direction and onto a piece of felt. Then I'll be able to clip in between them, and then probably fray the edges. So they will look a little bit like stamps. And then once I am done with that, I'm going to have 24 tiny little stamps that are secured onto a piece of felt. And then I am going to affix those onto each of these little stockings. I'm probably just going to do like a tacking finish on one, like the four corners. And then because I have two garland, what I think I'm going to do is I will put numbers 1 through 12 in a random order on one and numbers 13 through 24 in a random order on the other. What that will do, I like randomized advent calendars. I think part of the fun is having to sort of hunt for the numbers, so I don't want them to be in numerical order, but I am going to do 1 through 12 and 13 through 24 because sometimes advent calendars are for 12 days rather than 24, and I want to kind of preserve the option if I want to just have a 12-day calendar. So I'm going to keep them separate in that way, but that's the idea. And then I can still wind them together so that they will be on the display kind of mixed up, but on the actual pieces themselves, they'll be divided up a little bit. And then the plan is that they will go on this little railing here. You'll see it's got a little bit of stuff on it, but not a huge amount on there. That display could definitely use some enhancements. So stringing them there, they will probably be pretty thick together because it's only a partial railing. I'm also pretty sure it's going to be a cat toy and attract them, but we'll see how that goes. So that's the plan. Obviously may change my mind as I see things in practice, but that is the intention, is to put them on those little garlands. So as I mentioned, I did have several people who guessed something like a garland or stockings. Somebody did suggest making some stockings. And so I drew from that lot, and Aaron, congratulations, won for that one. I've already gotten the gift cards sent out to people's emails. So Aaron won for kind of the closest guess, and she had suggested a garland. And then B, who suggested 24 tiny flat folds. That is adorable and so much work. I love that idea, but B won for kind of the general overall gift card drawing as well. So congratulations to both Aaron and B, and thank you to everybody who sent in your suggestions. I mean, it is a plethora of wonderful ideas, and I am definitely keeping those in mind for the future. So it was so much fun to stitch that with you and to talk about your ideas and people saying, I have no idea. First I was thinking this, and then I was thinking this, and I don't know. And it was so much fun. I loved that. So thank you to everybody who participated and guessed and participated in that process with me. Can I say participated again? So thank you to everybody on that. I'm looking here because I did keep a couple of notes of what to talk about today. All right. Oh, so the next thing I want to talk about is I had mentioned a number of days ago that I bought myself a Christmas present from the Lego store, and so I wanted to show that off to you. This was a splurge. This was this is the biggest Lego set I have ever bought myself, but it is the Lego Orient Express. This is from the Idea series, which is fans create things and then people vote on them. And if you get 10,000 votes, then Lego actually makes your set. They do some changes and some things, but it means that there are a lot of incredibly creative sets that are being released because fans are thinking about what to do with Legos in a way that maybe Lego hasn't thought of themselves, and this is one of those. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping that you can see it in the shot here, but it is just an absolutely gorgeous set. One of the things that I would love to do in life is to ride the Orient Express, to just splurge and have a day or two riding the Orient Express and experiencing that. And so when they said that they were releasing this, I was like, I have to buy it. And I bought it on the release day because I just was worried that I wouldn't get it. And so it was a splurge. It was a big thing, but I am going to just be I'm going to be so happy to have it. So that was my present to myself, the Lego Orient Express. And yes, I'll show it in a future video once I've actually put it together. So that was my my present to myself. In terms of holiday traditions, we have one last one to talk about, and it is one I've also been saving up. One of our family traditions growing up was to visit Longwood Gardens. Longwood Gardens is in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. It's kind of outside of Philadelphia, and it was originally the home of in the DuPont family, and one of the DuPonts bought this piece of land and built up increasingly a very large garden. It has a conservatory, it has vast outdoor spaces, it has water fountains, they do water displays, they have an outdoor theater. I've seen a performance of My Fair Lady there. It's just this vast, sprawling garden, and it is my favorite place in the world. If you had to make me pick, like, you can only visit one place for the rest of your life, what would you pick? I wouldn't even think about it. I would say Longwood Gardens. That is, it is my favorite place to go, and I love going there at every time of year because they are constantly changing out the displays and focusing on seasonal pieces and flowers and enhancing it and making it look its best. And Christmas time is particularly special because they always really do a beautiful Christmas display, and it's different every year, and the conservatory is decorated. They have a room with an organ, and they do Christmas carol concerts and Christmas songs, and you sit in a room full of people singing, jingle bells and all kinds of things, and the organ pipes are behind fabric walls, and so when the organ is really going, you can see the wall shaking with the music, and it is wonderful. It is my favorite place to go. I love seeing the way that they decorate differently every year. They have outdoor lights, they have indoor displays, they have Christmas trees, they invite members of the community to participate in various ways, and it was always a place that we went every year. If we were home during the holiday season, we would go to Longwood, and it would either be on New Year's Eve or on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. And we would go one of those. And I remember one year we went on Christmas Eve, and I came home and I asked to sleep in front of the Christmas tree, and my brother joined me, and so we were in our little sleeping bags, sleeping in front of the Christmas tree, having been at Longwood that day. And that is one of my favorite memories. And even after we left, we continued to, anytime one of us is in the area, we always make an opportunity to go to Longwood. Like, we'll be saying, we're going to be 2 hours away, let's meet at Longwood, or we're going to be vaguely in the vicinity of Longwood, we should make a detour and stop at Longwood. And so I have visited there even after we moved away from Pennsylvania, with my parents, with my brother and his family, with my friends growing up, with others. And introducing other people to Longwood Gardens is something that I love to do. And unfortunately, the last time I was there, we did stay for the evening, and so the pictures they're fun, but they're not really kind of the full display, and none of my other pictures are good enough to kind of show. So I would highly recommend you go on their website and take a look, and visit if you have a chance. Katie, who's the novel stitcher, has visited a number of times, and she has shown pictures on her Instagram and things in the past. So Longwood Gardens is very much, like I said, it is my favorite place on earth, but it is also very much a part of my Christmas traditions because of what they do at Christmas each year and the fact that we would go. And so I wanted to share that with you. If you ever get a chance, if you're anywhere near it, visit Longwood Gardens. I mean, I've been to Bouchard, I've been to Kew, I've been to many other gardens, and as wonderful as they all are, I still think, yeah, but it's not Longwood. Longwood is just really special to me. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to save it for our last video. So that, I think, kind of wraps things up. I've said this at the beginning, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for the coming and spending time with me every day, or not even every day, just as you had the opportunity, commenting, not commenting. It was just so wonderful to be with you, to spend time with you. You have enriched my life by being part of this season with me, and I am so appreciative of that. And whether you celebrate Christmas like I do, Merry Christmas to those of you who do. If you celebrate other holidays at this time of year, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and in celebrating your own traditions. And those of you who don't celebrate, or for those of you who feel that this is a hard time of year, please just know that you are seen and you are noticed. And like I said, you have enriched my life simply by being with me during this time. So thank you. Happy holidays to everybody. It has been just, this has been a phenomenal experience. So thank you very much. I hope that you have a wonderful time. I do, as I mentioned, have a couple videos planned. So I will be seeing you again soon, and then of course in regular floss tubes as we continue into 2024. So happy holidays, happy new year. I will turn things around and we will end with Doc for the day. So thank you everybody, and it was wonderful to see you. Bye. There he is. Happy holidays from Doc. Bye everybody.